What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul reminding you that today is your last chance to buy our new book, Comic Book Conservation, through Kickstarter, because the campaign ends at 8 p.m. Central tonight. After that, discounts on the softcover and hardcover editions of the book, plus options for signed copies, and all of the digital and physical stretch goals which have been unlocked due to the tremendous support we've received will no longer be available. So, you may want to act now and reserve your copy today.
Welcome to our Kickstarter. My name is Shelby, and here's my co-author.
What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul.
And we want to tell you about our book, Comic Book Conservation. To start with, we'd like to tell you a little bit about ourselves. I've been collecting comics since I was a kid in the 70s, and over the past 4 to 5 years doing my own cleaning and pressing. About a year ago, I discovered Paul's YouTube channel on conservation and was instantly inspired by the work. I've been actively conserving comics for close to a year now, and been posting my own videos on my YouTube channel.
I've been collecting comic books for over 40 years and started cleaning and pressing comics about 5 years ago. This hobby has given me so much, and I have a desire to give something back to this community. After some research and reflection, it occurred to me that most comic book conservators aren't aware of the vast paper conservation literature. I decided what I had to contribute to our hobby would be to be a bridge between that literature and the comic book community. That's when I really started digging into the peer-reviewed paper conservation literature and applying the knowledge I gained there to comic book conservation. Soon after, I started creating content for YouTube and then created the Facebook group, the Comic Book Conservation Community.
And that's where this idea of the book really came from, was the community. Several people reached out telling us how much they enjoyed the content of our channels, and some members of the community started writing down to help others with questions about conservation. At that time, I had some extra time on my hands, and Paul asked me to help out with the Facebook group, and I started pulling together a summary on conservation. Paul's channel had been a huge asset to me, and he had already been collecting research on the topic. As I worked on, I realized this was the first time comic book conservation had been thoroughly documented in text. And before I knew it, my little summary was over 30 pages. When I showed it to Paul, he was floored and exclaimed, "We are writing a book." Together, we set out to create something truly unique.
I had already assembled most of the bibliography because for years I'd been scouring the peer-reviewed paper conservation literature for methods and materials that might be applicable to comic books, trying them out, and then sharing them on YouTube. Each series I did built on the previous ones, and I developed a few new methods specifically suitable for comic books along the way. I script out each of my YouTube series, and I even write a short bibliography for each one. So I shared my PDF library with Shelby, we wrote an outline of the book together, and then he started writing like a madman. He really is a very talented and prolific writer with over 30 peer-reviewed papers to his credit. Most people don't know this because he doesn't brag about himself, but he also has a PhD.
Our goal was to write a book that would be seen as a resource, something that a conservator would keep near their workbench and reach for when needed. We wanted to bring in the science, so we added sections to the end of each chapter entitled From the Literature, with references for all the information. In addition, we wanted to share our knowledge with comics. We added little stories throughout the book entitled The More You Know. And finally, we owe so much to the community and the great work they're doing, we decided to devote a whole chapter to their accomplishments entitled Accomplishments from the Community.
We hope you are as excited about this book as we are and will consider backing our project. We've put a lot of ourselves into creating it, and to encourage your support, we're offering rewards at all funding levels, starting at just $10. For the true comic book conservation enthusiasts, we also have signed copies and a special edition of the book available. Thanks for considering our project, and until next time, be kind to one another.
And remember, peace, love, and comics. Bye all.